Hi, my name's John, and in this video I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily package a bicycle for safe shipping. Now we're going to be packaging this Trek mountain bike here today, but this procedure basically applies to mostly any bike, whether it's a road bike, BMX bike, mountain bike, large or small. Most bike shops charge upwards of $35 to $40 to perform this service, so you can do it yourself. It's pretty easy if you have a bike to send to another person in another location and save yourself some money. Now the first thing you're obviously going to need is a box to pack it in, and here I have this full-sized, actually specialized box. These boxes do come in about 6 different sizes for different sized bikes, obviously, ranging from 12 and 16-inch kids bikes, moving up to 20-inch bikes, 24, and then you have 26-inch mountain bikes, and of course 29ers, depending on the frame size. There's about 2 different size boxes for adult bikes. So obviously you want to get one that's big enough to fit in. If it's a box that's too small, you're not going to be able to fit an adult bike in a box that's designed for a BMX. On the flip side, if you have a box that's way bigger than the bike you're trying to pack, you can always cut it down to size with a utility knife. You can obtain a box like this from your local bike shop. This is obviously what their brand new showroom bikes come packed in. They just throw them away usually in the recycling bin. And also, they'll have all this packing material that they throw away with the box. You want to grab that too. This is stuff that is wrapped around the frame of the bike and covering the seat and the handlebars to protect the finish from being scratched and dinged up and whatnot. So you want to grab that too, as much of it as possible, because you'll be reusing that. Now, if you are planning on traveling with your own personal bike frequently, you might want to consider a case like this. This is pretty pricey. These things run upwards of about $400. They're made from the same material, plastic material that truck bed liners are made out of. But if you have a really expensive bike and you're going to be traveling, say on the airlines with it, doing a bit of traveling over a period of time, this is something to consider instead of a cardboard box. A little bit more disassembly required with your bike to get it in here, mainly removal of the back wheel because obviously the length is smaller to meet the airline size regulations. But this is definitely, if you've ever seen how the airlines handle baggages and can mistreat them, you'll appreciate the toughness and the protection that this provides in protecting your bike. This bike has been sold to a customer in another state, so let's get started. All I'm going to really need, we're going to do some partial disassembly here. All I'm going to really need for this particular bike, and this goes for most bikes out there, is a 3-way Allen wrench, or if you don't have a 3-way, your most common sizes, which are 5 and 6 millimeter. You may need a 4 on some bikes. Also a pedal wrench. I don't have a pedal wrench handy, but pedal wrenches are 15 millimeter, which fit right on there like that to get the pedals off. Some pedals use an 8 millimeter Allen bit in the back, so obviously use the appropriate tool for the job. Okay, we're going to start here by removing the pedals. Remember that the spindle always rotates backwards to loosen, forward to tighten. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is disconnect the brakes. Obviously this bike has cantilever brakes, so we're going to unhook the cable like that and just leave it that way. Obviously bikes that have disc brakes, we will omit this step. If you have a road bike with side pull or dual pivot calipers, you may choose to flip up the quick release lever that allows the caliper to open up, or you may need to loosen the pinch bolt for the cable to loosen the brake up that way. Okay, we've disconnected the rear brake. Now we'll do the front. Again, leave it alone like that. Now that we have both front and rear brakes disconnected, the next thing we're going to do is disconnect the brake cables from the levers. The reason for doing this is it helps us pack the handlebars into the box on the bike a little bit easier and a little bit neater. As far as the gear cables, it's a little bit more involved to disconnect, so I'll generally leave those intact. So the first thing to do is go ahead and line up the slot in the barrel adjuster with the lever body. Pull the cable housing out of the barrel adjuster and just pull the cable out of the lever like so, and just let it hang there like that.